I want to say this. The only way that we're going to change this in America is that, yeah, so they trying to cancel me. Yep, the rumors are true. They're trying to cancel me for my views and my opinion about this situation. But fortunately, unfortunately, I got to keep it real and tell you guys the truth. But before we get into that, real quick disclaimer, so I know this video is for you. If you're the type of person that listens to gangster rap and you pull into a drive-thru and you order something that's not so gangster, this video is probably not for you. Real quick story. I was just at Starbucks, right? So for those of you who don't know what Starbucks is like the most elegantest place that you can go to get a coffee or any type of that type of beverage. So the guy that's in front of me is listening to Pooh Shiesty. So he got the music blasting, he got tents and all that, playing the Pooh Shiesty. So all I hear is, I ain't got nowhere to go, shot up everywhere they was. And then he rolls his window down, turns the music down, and in a very unrecognizable voice says, yes, I'd like to order a triple latte, mocha, frappe, whatever it is. I don't even know how to say this stuff. Like when I go to Starbucks, I don't even know how to, the venti, just give me a small 3 sugars and a cream. But yeah, that's what that guy did. He was listening to Pooh Shiesty, and then he went up there and ordered a very elegant drink. It just didn't look cool. But anyways, this is Slammer that had absolutely nothing to do with this video, but let's get started.
They can't stand the facts. A lot is insane, they can't stand this raps. I'm so Buffalo like I'm Bandana Black. I'm from the 716. We determined and we discipline. Oh, that's your man, better get him for you missing that. DJ Bandana.
Hey, what's good? It's DJ Bandana Black, Mr. Well Connected, even more respected, Mr. Hashtag I am Buffalo. And real quick, you right there that's watching, yeah, you. No, not her, watch out. You that's watching right now. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for me real quick, please. Check this, right? So we gotta talk about the situation with the young lady who lost her life due to we're gonna get into the reason why she lost her life. Why I feel the reason why she lost her life, and it could have been fully avoided. And we got to talk about some of the things that's being said on the internet, because some of it is just false news. Some of it is just fake. It's just not the truth. It's just not how life works in any capacity at all. So this young lady unfortunately lost her life to a police officer who actually possibly saved another black person's life. And the reason why I'm doing this video, right, is not to support the police at all. I've said this plenty of times. I don't like the police. I don't trust the police. I don't support the police. I wouldn't call the police. If it's a situation I can't handle myself, then it's just not going to get handled. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not calling the police under any circumstances, only because all of my experiences growing up on the east side of Buffalo with police have been absolutely horrible, and I don't trust the police at all. So let's just make that clear at front. Bandana Black is not taking up for the police. But what I'm taking up for is that I don't want these type of situations to turn into somebody actually really needing help, and then the police being so afraid to help a person that actually needs help, and not doing that, and somebody actually gets hurt. So long story short, in this situation, like I said, we don't know what happened to we don't know really what happened prior to the video we all seen, and we don't really know too much what happened after the video of what we seen. So all we can go is based off of the facts of the 911 call and what we actually seen on video. And based off of that, like I said, on this channel, I respect people's opinion. People respect my opinion for the most part. Some people bug sometimes, but that's the reason why I want to do this video. So in this situation, police officer gets a call. There's a bunch of people outside of a house. Something about a knife. So all you hear is a bunch of people outside of a house. There's some type of commotion going on. Something about a knife. We'll just leave it at that. Minimum worst case scenario. Something about a knife. Not who has it. Anything. Now, you're a police officer, you pull up to the scene. You don't know these people. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if somebody really is going to stab somebody. You pull up, and one of the first things you see is a young black lady with a knife headed directly towards, not even directly towards, they were like this close to each other, another young black lady with a knife. I'm pretty sure she wasn't using the knife to give her a high five, or it wasn't something friendly. Something bad was going to happen. So as a police officer, it's actually your duty, your job. And a lot of people are saying, well, he shouldn't have shot her because his life wasn't in jeopardy, or his life wasn't in danger. Your job as a police officer is, you know what? Let's deal with the facts. Hang on, let me grab this phone real quick. Like I said, this is not gonna be a long video, but I want you guys to get the facts. So if you Google, what is it called? Let me see if I can find it, because I just had it put up on my phone. The primary duty of a police officer, okay, here it is. The primary duty of a police officer is to protect people and property. Common duties of police include controlling traffic, patrolling neighborhoods, responding to emergency calls, writing citation, delivering warrants, arresting violators, submitting incident reports, blah, 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 blah. So basically, they're there to serve and protect. Protect themselves and protect the community. So in this situation, you're a police officer, whether you're white, black, purple, orange. I understand. Let me just say this up front. I understand. I get it. I understand the whole George Floyd thing. Rest in peace to him. At least they got, I'm not going to say that's even justice, but that's a step towards justice in that situation. Cut and dry, black and white, they were wrong. He died. Somebody is responsible for it. So I get the whole Black Lives Matter. I get the whole systemic racism. I get the whole white people hate us and it's unfair in America. That everything's against us and they look at us this way. I get all that. They look at me the same way. That's why I don't like the police. I understand that. Totally understand that. But we can't apply that to every situation. And if we apply that as a people to every situation, every time a person gets shot, and like I said, I always say I'm not going to make it a racial thing, but this right here is a racial thing. So I'll say every time a black person gets shot by a police officer, that does not mean that is wrong. There's been plenty of black people that's been shot by police officers that should have been shot by police officers because it saved other people from being shot. It saved other people from losing their life. So we can't apply that to every situation. And when we apply that to every situation, that's why I keep repeating this. The reason why I'm doing this video is because if we apply that to every situation, then when your mother or your sister or your kid needs help from the police and calls the police, and your son is at school, your son is walking home from school, 5 guys are chasing him down with a gun. He runs into an alley, calls the police. Yo, 5 guys are chasing me. They got a gun. That police officer pulls up to the scene, see a group of black people, see a black kid, and say, you know what? I ain't even gonna touch the situation because I'm not sure. I don't want to shoot the wrong person. I don't want to stop the wrong thing. I don't want to be a racist black person killer. Now your son is dead in the alley. You gonna feel the same way? No. In that particular situation, 5 guys with a gun chasing one person. He called the police. Do you want him to act or do you want him to stand back? Because that's where we headed to. That's unfortunate. That's where we headed to. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's where we're headed to. If I was a police officer in 2021 and I get called to a situation, well, I mean, I'm black, so it's a little bit different. But if I was a white police officer and I get caught in a situation and I'm not a racist and I see a black, no, we got to wait for the lieutenant. We got to wait for some more cars. My camera now, we got to wait for another camera. We got to record this. Now, in those seconds that we're waiting for that, your mother could be shot. Your kid could be shot. You could be shot. That's all that I'm saying. So back to the situation with the young lady. What else did y'all expect them to do? A lot of people were saying, well, he should have fired a warning shot in the air. No, because he would have went to jail as a police. If you have a pistol permit and you fire a warning shot in the air, your warning is going to be you're going to jail because that's illegal. You can't do that. There's no such thing as a warning shot. Even with police officers, they're not trained to shoot you in your leg. They're not trained to tase you on your pinky toe. People were saying some of the dumbest shit like, yo, they should have just tased her. If somebody is this close to you with a knife, and so this is you, this is me, and this is a knife. If somebody tases me right here this close to you, chances are I'm probably still going to stab you. Even if I get shot, I still could stab you, but it's a better chance of me shooting you and fully disarming you, fully physically making sure that you can't do anything else as opposed to stunning somebody. Now, was that an option? Yes, in hindsight, plenty of things. I'm pretty sure after the fact, he thought of 100 different things that he could have did, but when you're in that position, in those moments, and they're human too. A lot of people look, and I don't like the police at all. I'm just giving you the facts. They're human too. Nobody wakes up and say, well, I want to be a police officer because I don't love my family and I don't want to make it back home. No. Nobody ever in the history of a police officer ever did that. Said, I want to be a police officer so I can go out here and get shot or get me hurt or get somebody else hurt. No, it doesn't work that way. That's not what they're becoming police officers for. So a lot of people look at police as they're supposed to be some type of superhero, or they said he should have jumped on her. You gonna jump on somebody with a knife? Would you, like you right now, the people that are saying that, would you jump on somebody with a knife? Because I wouldn't jump on somebody with a knife. And I'm black. Honest, in that same exact situation, if I was that police officer, I pull up to a scene, I heard something about a knife. Yo, stop. Put the knife down. Chill. You don't do that, it's whatever happens, happens. And unfortunately, and I know people don't want to hear this, but we need to hear this and we have to keep the same energy. That lady, and like I said, I don't really know the what is it called? The proper way to say it. She basically got herself killed. Same way King Von got himself killed. Rest in peace to both of them. Unfortunate situations. I wish that it could have turned out different ways, but they both got themselves killed. You can't, and then people saying, it's stand your ground. She was defending herself. No, that's false also too. Look up the stand your ground, the definition of the stand your ground law. Let me see if I had that put up too, because we want to deal in facts. I'm not talking about just just how I feel. Because how I feel about the situation is it shouldn't have happened anyways. Somebody that was there, his family and people there, should have broken up. The last thing, and I'm just telling you as far as my perspective thing, the last thing you want to do as a black person in America is get the police involved in any situation. If you can't handle the situation yourself, walk away. But the definition, stand your ground law. A stand your ground law, sometimes called line in the sand or no duty to retreat law, provides that people may use deadly force when they reasonably believe it to be necessary to defend against deadly force, great bodily harm, kidnapping, the R word, or in some jurisdictions, robbery, or some other serious crimes. Now, the key point of this is to be necessary to defend against deadly force. Her being outside with the knife after they called the police where she was inside the house, because she said they're outside of the house with knives and stuff, coming to jump me, coming to do whatever like that too. That doesn't apply there. That's not stand your ground. You can't, if somebody knock on my door right now, if 3 people is banging on my door right now, I'm going to kill you, we going to shoot you, we going to do this, Bandana Black, it's on, we see you, we about to be smoking a Bandana Black pack. If they come inside of my house and I up to 30 and lay everybody out, that's standing your ground. If I go grab the ratchet, go outside and shoot one of them, I'm going to jail. You're going to jail. If you do the same thing, you're going to jail. That's not standing your ground, because technically, you weren't. There was no bodily harm that was going to happen to you because they were outside of the house. Now, if you call the police to come and then you come outside and try to handle it yourself, then unfortunately you're wrong. Now it's a domino effect, because you chose to call the police, you chose to come outside, you chose to come outside with a knife, and you got shot. That's basically what happened. And unfortunately for this police officer, you think this police officer just woke up and said, yo, listen, I'm going to catch a body today. He just woke up and said, you know what? I'm going to catch a body today. No, he woke up like any other day, ready to get his coffee and donuts or whatever the police do, and got a call that he had to go to because that's his job. And it turned out bad. Sometimes it turns out bad. I mean, in this situation, I don't necessarily, and like I said, I'm not faulting the young lady either, because I probably would have did the same thing. But if I did the ssame thing, I'm doing that with knowing that the police are on their way here. I'm a black male, or I'm a black person in general. During these times of whatever, all that's going on now with police and black people, there's a higher chance that something bad is going to happen to me. I've never seen a situation in my years of growing up in life where the police were called and something good happened. With the police called and the outcome was a good situation. Not saying that somebody died in every situation, but we know this. And if we know this, the only way that we're going to change this, and like I said, if you guys came here for the part of the video of me explaining about the girl and stuff like that too, I'm going to get back into that. But I want to say this. The only way that we're going to change this in America is that we're going to need more black people in law enforcement. Unfortunately, we've been treated so unfairly. And my bad if they're doing construction outside, but we've been treated so unfairly when it comes to law enforcement and stuff like that too, that nobody wants to be a cop. I wouldn't be a cop. I'd rather flip burgers or sell Reggie than be a police officer right now. But that's really what it's going to take. And it's going to take time, because this racism against us, these crimes and stuff against us, against like police and black people, it didn't happen overnight. It wasn't like this just happened last week. This has been happening for years and decades. So it's probably going to take some years and decades for us to change this, but at some point we're going to have to start it. We can't just keep, black person killed by a police officer, we're just going to protest and rally and burn down our own stuff. Black person's killed a police officer, we're just going to do a protest to make people aware of it. We are fully aware of it. Peaceful protest in America does absolutely nothing but block traffic, and you wasted a vacation day going. Because we're already aware that this shit is unfair. We're already aware that there's racism. We're already aware that some police are targeting black people and black people are dying because of police. We're already aware of it. It's time for action. And I'm not telling you guys to think this way, but as far as in my beliefs, the only way things change in America is through money or violence. So either you input enough violence to where things change, or you affect the money. So once you start affecting the money, things change. Even with the with the NBA, the guy who owned the NBA team, when he said the racial comment to his girl in private, didn't publicly say this in private. He has a right to be racist in private. You just can't hurt anybody or publicly do anything that's racial to offend anybody. He did that in private, and nobody cared. Nobody gave a fuck. He still had a team. Nobody cared. You know when people started caring? When people started saying, you know what? Let's affect the money. Let's call Nike, let's call Pepsi and tell them that we're not buying their products anymore. We're not supporting them because they support this owner. And what happened? Literally within days, you got to sell your team, homie. Get them out of there. So the only way things change in America is either through money or violence. And I'm not saying to be violent. I'm not telling you what I would do. I'm just saying those are the only way things change. So eventually we're going to have to get to a point to where we start training some of our kids, or at least allowing some of our kids to get into law enforcement, have 5-10 years in to become I don't know how the ranking happen, but whatever the manager, lieutenant of whatever the boss of police is, to be those type of people, to train the people that's under them the proper way to deal with black people or people that's in the hood or minorities and like that too. That's honestly what it's going to take, because we're never going to be above the law. I understand people say wild, dumb stuff like, well, what if we start doing this to police? And you guys know what I'm saying. People say, what if we start doing this back to police? To answer your question, there's gonna be a lot more of us dead, because we're not above the law. Like you can't go to war with every police officer. You can't go to war with every military person. I mean, yeah, we could try. Everybody can go get their 30s, their ratchets, and go out and be another dead body. But honestly, the only way that it's gonna change is through raising our kids a little bit differently. And I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just telling you the predicament that we're in. Sometimes you got to live life the way that it is and work towards getting it the way that it should be. So it shouldn't be that we should have to look into making sure that a lot of us become police officers if we don't want to be police officers. But honestly, until we get into government, politics, and police, none of this is going to change. Technically, we don't really have a voice. We're not unified to where we can really affect any money. The only thing we can really do is provoke violence, and most of us ain't even got cars, so we're going to be burning down and trashing stuff in our own neighborhood, by the way, that we don't own anyways. But it's really through those things. Like, we got to get into politics. We got to really, and like I said, I'm part of the problem also too. I would never call the police. I've never voted in my life. I don't plan on any of it. So honestly, in that aspect of it, I am part of the problem also too. I could say that. But on the flip side of that, I personally volunteer. I personally donate. I personally mentor. I personally go talk to a lot of kids. I personally do a lot of stuff in my community, because I want, and I understand it's not going to change right now. So I might talk to a 19 or 20-year-old now and kind of maybe help him to realize that there's more to life than just being out here just shooting and risking your life and shit like that too. And it might not change with him, but something in him might teach his son a little bit different. So 15 years from now, his son is on a different path. So it starts with us, honestly, as far as us changing this thing. And it didn't start with us. We didn't start with being racist and telling people to kill us and unfair stuff like that too. But this is the predicament that we are in right now in 2021. So, and I know a lot of times I speak about our black males, our black sons like that too, but that's honestly where it has to start, where it has to start at. Like, men are naturally leaders, are supposed to be naturally leaders, are naturally supposed to be the people to be the forefront of this type of thing. So that's honestly what we have to do. We have to just swallow our pride and get into, I'm not saying go be a police officer. Honestly, I would never tell anybody to be a police officer, even though I'm telling you right now that that's probably what it's going to take to change things. So if you don't want to do that, then maybe go do some volunteer work. Maybe get into politics, maybe find out who your council member is, maybe go to some of these meetings, maybe go to some of these group town hall meetings that they have where they're making decisions for our community. But we never go to any of these things. When I say we, I'm not saying everybody, I'm just saying the majority of people, we don't go and vote. We don't really know what's going on. Me either. I don't know any of this stuff either. And then we repeat the same circle of the same things happening. So the same thing with George Floyd, the same thing, you know how many times it happened after that? And the same thing just happened, is that was more popular at the time, so that really got the attention. But you know what the attention is not on? The little girl that was just killed in Chicago, that wasn't killed by a cop, that was probably killed by a minority over some BS. There's no rioting about that. There's no protesting about that. There's no, oh, they should have did something differently about that. Honestly, in this situation with this young lady, everybody loses. She lost her life. The girl that she was beefing got to live with the fact that this is just supposed to be a simple fist fight at most, and now this person is gone. That police officer has to live with the fact of, I just caught a body. Like, this person no longer living. Like, I don't know why people don't think of it in that aspect of it too. Taking a life ain't easy. Like that's mentally will mess you up. That police officer isn't going home peacefully saying, yeah, high five, we got another one. No, because his intentions was, he didn't wake up and go do that. I know a lot of people were saying, well, when white people commit crimes, they get Burger King or they get peacefully taken down. And they showed the picture of, remember when they was having a protest and there was the little white boy with the AK, he was like shooting at the protesters and the black people, and they started shooting at him and stuff like that too. And then after he did that, the police put up on him and peacefully was able to arrest him, and whether he got Burger King or whether he got one of that too, that was after the fact. If somebody can show me a video, this one video, like I said, I might be wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong. Somebody show me one video when there was a white person actively shooting somebody, and the police officer peacefully went and threw himself on them, like they said that they should have did with this girl, or the police officer put his gun down and said, hey, don't shoot anybody else, and peacefully took this person down. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but just show me one video. And I'm pretty sure the video that the people were telling me about, where this just recently, where the white guy shot all of those people, or even with the remember the church in down south, where they offer him to come in for prayer, and he wind up shooting a bunch of people, and the police peacefully took him out of there. That was after the fact. It wasn't during the fact of him actually shooting people. This girl was during the fact of actively trying to stab somebody. Right is right, wrong is wrong, regardless of the color. And that's just where I stand on it. Like, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to disagree with it. I respect your opinion. Hopefully you respect my opinion. But that's where my stance is at on it. And it's only because, like I said, the only reason I feel this way is because I don't want for you, your mother, your sister, your son, your father, your brother to actually need the police help one day, because that's what they're there for. That's what we pay taxes for. Everybody say, do your job, police, to actually need the police. And then the police come, and because every police officer is a black person shooter, every police officer is a racist, every police officer is going to lose their job, be on trial, because some police officers did the wrong thing, and they don't help you. When that police officer pulls up and says, you know what, well, I'm going to wait for backup. I'm going to wait for a camera. I'm going to wait for the lieutenant, because I don't know who's who. I don't know whether you were trying to shoot him or you were trying to shoot. I don't know what was going on, so I don't want to get involved because I'm going to lose my job, and then you end up losing your life. That's basically the only reason why I'm saying that. But at the end of the day, everybody loses in this situation. Unfortunately, a young lady lost her life. Another young lady, like I said, is going to have to live with the fact that somebody lost their life, and the police officer is going to live with that. And those people that were out there are going to have to live with the fact of, we probably could have did something before the police came and got her, because it's like 7, 8, 9 of us, and it looks like it was just her. We probably could have did something. And I'm not putting the blame on anybody, because at the end of the day, we've all seen things happen and not do anything. I've been in plenty of situations where I've seen some crazy stuff happen and I didn't get involved, partially because I might have been scared, honestly. I mean, I might have been scared at the time, or you might just freeze up. I don't care how much, and people say, well, they need to train them better. I don't care if you take a Navy SEAL, or you train somebody for 40 years straight. You train for 40 years straight until you're actually in that situation.
And every time I get to rapping, I get deep in my thoughts, deep in the dark. Open my eyes and I swim with sharks. You gon' rap, but you watch me get ripped open apart. Now that I put myself together, I'm stuck with the scars. Every time I get to rapping, I get deep in my thoughts, deep in the
DJ Bandana.